Okay, so good afternoon to you. Okay, today I'm very happy to have my friends here, Li Lian Ong from Wellness Journey to come and share with us about the perspective of leading a better life using mindfulness practice. So if you are in the group, if you are in the Facebook live now, please type hello and say hello to us, me and Lilian. Sorry, I need to change the name. Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Lilian.
Thank you so much.
You.
Yeah, thank you so much to Amy for inviting me to your coffee session.
Yeah, coffee is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
I can see. Cheers.
Cheers. Everyone,
Cheers.
bring out your coffee. Yes, and have a sip. Okay, so thank you for tuning in and hello. Yeah, feel free to interact with us over this very casual chat today. We have Lilian to share with us about the mindfulness practice that she adopted and she shared with her clients on leading a better life. So Lilian is a registered counselor. She has 18 years of counseling experience and she set up her own brand, Wellness Journey, to bring counseling service to more people, focusing on preventive care and mental wellness support for working adults and parents of young children. She is also a certified mindfulness teacher and has conducted numerous wellness workshops for healthcare staff, patients, and the public. Okay, so today the outline of this session is to basically touch on mindfulness. So I get to know Lilian from one of the networking session from Nirvana Secret Club, Women Empowerment Group, and she's a very friendly lady, and we are all from the same on the same page where I'm a mental health advocate. So we had a good chat, and we decided that I'd like to invite her over for the Facebook live chat. So Lilian, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon. Thank you for the introduction, Amy. Yeah, when I got to know you on the women's networking group, I was still a new member. Yeah, so yeah, I really appreciate that you were also very friendly, helping me to feel welcome in the group. And you were sharing with me about your what you were learning in this Qi and this metaphysics skills, right? Helping people to understand their lives better.
Yes.
Yeah. So although I really don't have any knowledge of this metaphysics, yeah, but I could tell that you're so passionate about it.
Yes, yeah. I am.
Yeah. And then after that, also understanding more of your background, how you had struggled with mental health issues before, and seeing that you are leading a stable life now, knowing how to take care of yourself so that you can continue to be well for your family and also pursue the kind of life that you want to lead, right? Yeah, learning what you're passionate about, and using your time to help others. I'm also inspired by your passion in learning and your generosity when you want to use your experience to help other people.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction also. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's how I felt like, hey, I really want to build a genuine friendship with you, Amy. Yeah. And so today's topic, like you mentioned in the introduction for me, right? I've been doing counseling for many years. And, you know, as a professional counselor, we still need to continue learning on no matter how many years, how experienced we are, we need to keep learning because the human mind and human behaviors is actually so complex. It's not something very straightforward that, it can be very easy to learn like in a few years. After getting our degree, there is still a lot more to learn and understand so that we can be effective whenever we meet any clients who are struggling in whichever part of their lives. Okay, we need to see each client as a unique person, right? Yeah, what kind of background you come from, what kind of life experiences you have, what is your current difficulty. Then we have to quickly tap into our knowledge and our experience to see, okay, how to guide you in a conversation that will be healing, will be therapeutic for you. Yeah. So mindfulness is just one of the things that I came to know about during my counseling learning. Yeah. And actually, in the beginning, right, I think I'm like most people, when you hear mindfulness, maybe you think about meditation, you think about having a clear mind, okay, just to clear our mind and then feel relaxed. So at first I thought that is just what mindfulness is about. But after I attended several workshops, get to know it at a deeper level, then also continue to do my own mindfulness practice regularly. And then with practice and reflections, I got to know mindfulness is a whole lot more than relaxation, a whole lot more than meditation.
Yeah, in fact, just to share with you that at first when I get to know this word mindfulness from a friend, I was like, what is it? I'm very curious to find out what do you mean by mindfulness? This is something new to me. But actually, like nowadays, right, people are getting more and more like spirituality, like wanting to go inside their own world, inside their self to understand more about themselves. So actually, mindfulness is coming to be so common nowadays, right?
Yeah. I think there comes a point of time in our life when we feel like, we want to understand more about ourselves, or understand more about relationship, or understand more about life. Yeah, what is the meaning in life? This kind of, big questions.
Correct.
Yeah, so this is spiritual part of the human experience. Spiritual doesn't mean like it's must be related to religion. Yeah, but spiritual is like, that part where we try to understand ourselves. We try to understand what is life about, what is our purpose in life. All these are related to spirituality. Yeah. But even if you find like, oh, this idea of spirituality like very abstract, very chim, right? Okay. Mindfulness can have a lot of benefits that are relevant to all of us. Like we sometimes feel like, hey, how come we are so forgetful? You ask me what I ate for breakfast today. Wow, I take a long time to think. I cannot remember what did I eat today.
Yeah. Sometimes I also have that kind of feelings.
Sometimes, right? Yeah. Or like I try to focus on a piece of work, but then my mind keep getting distracted by something else.
Right.
Then end up, instead of taking 5 minutes to complete this work, I take like 1 whole hour, because in between I keep getting distracted. Yeah. So mindfulness is a skill that can help us to be more focused. Yeah. It can help us to be more aware of what we are doing. Yeah, in this moment, like I'm eating, so I try to eat mindfully. Means I pay attention to what I'm eating and the taste, the smells. And then later when you ask me what did I eat for breakfast, I can tell you very clearly. I ate this toast bread. Wow, how it tastes, very crunchy. Yeah. So because we are putting our full experience to that activity, right? We are more connected with it. We remember it well. And then it also gives us like a satisfying experience.
Like you're into it, immersed inside, right?
Yeah, so like more enjoyable, even if it's just a simple toast bread and coffee. But because I eat it and drink the coffee mindfully, then I feel like, that's very satisfying. Yeah.
Especially
Otherwise,
now, enjoy
like
the process.
Enjoy process, exactly. Yeah. You can give the person a whole like very good feast. But if they are eating like very rushed or very distracted, just talking to everyone, and then like maybe watching a show, so engrossed in the show, at the end of it, they may feel like don't know what they ate, or don't feel like so satisfied from the meal. Yeah. So this is how mindfulness can help everybody, to like really feel more connected with everything that you're doing, feel more satisfied with your life experiences. Yeah.
In the audience, we have Cheryl. Cheryl is saying, hello,
Hello.
Amy and Lilian, love your talk show. Thank you,
Hi,
Cheryl. Thank you.
Cheryl. Thanks for
very
joining
supportive.
us.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So coming to talk about the mindfulness, right? So is there like one tips that you can give for people who are constantly being forgetful? Example, like they want, example, a housewife or what, go inside the kitchen and suddenly, what do I want to take? Like, I forgot what do I want to take. So is there a tip or a kind of the exercise that you can share here to actually help us to increase our capacity of memory?
Yeah. Very good question. Okay, so like any other skill, like cooking skill or swimming skill, we need practice, right?
Yes, muscle memory.
Yeah. So mindfulness is also a skill, just that it's a mental skill. Okay, but this mental skill, mental muscle also needs practice and repeated training for it to be better. And you can easily activate that attention and focus when you want to. Yeah. So some simple ways to help ourselves improve memory, improve focus. Okay. Throughout the whole day, right? Anytime you remember, you just ask yourself, hey, what am I doing now? So you're purposely bringing your attention to the current thing that you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Then as you continue doing the activity, okay, you might notice that your mind wander away to something else. Then the moment you realize that happening, you just guide your attention back again to what you're doing now.
So very conscious about it and like say, okay, now I'm actually like doing a Facebook Live with Lilian. So I must guide my mind to come back and be in the present now. Be at the present.
Yeah.
So I mean like the how to, like how do I guide it? Just is it like consciously telling myself, I'm doing this now, I need to focus.
Yes.
Just simple like
so
that.
It is a conscious effort to really guide our attention back. It sounds simple.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like I don't
It
think
sounds
it's very
simple,
easy.
but actually it's not easy,
It's not
right?
easy. Yeah. Need really a lot of training, a lot of practice.
Yeah, because our mind also form habit, just like our behavior. We can like we have a habit of wearing our shoes left, right, or like some people wear right, left. Yeah.
Yeah. Stepping
Our
out the
mind,
first foot, left or right foot, go out first.
yeah, so these are behavior habits, but our mind also form habits. And in modern life, a lot of us have this habit of being easily distracted.
Yes.
I hear a sound there. Oh, I look, what's happening? Or I see somebody walk past. I look, oh, who is it? Okay. Yeah. And then on our phone also, there's so much advertisements, information, related articles, videos that keep trying to grab your attention, right? So all this convenience in technology, of course, is good for our life. But if we are not careful, if we are not aware of it, then it actually makes our mind have a lot of unhealthy habits, like being easily distracted, unhealthy or unhelpful.
Unhelpful, yeah, that's the word. And I just want to bring the attention to the audience. Ryan, hi Ryan, hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, so Ryan is also trying to say she agrees to the statement. It's very easy to be distracted or spend too much time engrossed in doing one task. So like sometimes the time that you spend is like kind of like doesn't equivalent to quality because too much time is being spent to just complete one task. Right?
Yeah, so if we are spending too much time when actually that task shouldn't need that long a time, then it probably means that in between while doing the task, our mind has been distracted. That's why we end up taking a long time to complete it, or the quality of the work is not so good because of distractions. So like just now, the example, Amy, you mentioned like being forgetful, forget what we want to take or what we want to do, or this example of taking a long time to do a task. So during the day, okay, just keep reminding yourself to practice guiding your attention back. So like regularly ask yourself, hey, where is my attention now?
Oh, that's a good question. Where is
okay, so
my
you
attention
can
now?
start from that question. Okay, where is my
Mm,
attention now? It
mm,
is on this task. Okay, good. Yeah,
mm,
if
mm,
it's
mm,
still on your task, okay,
mm.
also encourage yourself. Hey, good, I am focusing.
Yes.
But if you ask already and you realize, hey, my attention is on something else, okay,
Mm,
don't scold yourself also. Okay, so
mm,
in
mm.
mindfulness, we also say practice to be non-judging.
Non-judging.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, so it is very natural, especially in our modern fast-paced lifestyle, our mind will be distracted. So don't
Mm,
need to scold yourself, hey, why I cannot focus? Why my attention so bad? Don't need all that. Okay, just notice your attention has gone away. You gently guide your attention back to this task again.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So of
Mm,
course you may need to do that repeatedly. But
mm,
just remember, like physical exercise, we need to do it repeatedly, then we become good at it, we become stronger in that muscle.
mm. So the tip here
Yeah.
is like whenever we want to keep our attention, our mindfulness in check, right? So we
Mm,
can ask ourselves this question: where's my attention now? Where am I
mm,
focusing on now? So
mm.
constantly asking us this question, it will help us to gain back the kind of the focus onto our
Focus
work, our
on the
task.
past or the present moment. Even
Yeah.
if you're not doing work, right? Let's say you're
Mm.
taking a stroll in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then you also remind yourself or you ask yourself, hey, is my attention here?
Mm, mm,
Am I paying
mm,
attention to my walking and the environment, beautiful garden that I'm in?
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Mm, mm,
Because
mm,
no point if you are in such a nice garden taking a stroll, but then your mind is still thinking about, oh, just now, what happened with your family, quarrel or what. You keep thinking about that, or you keep worrying
Preoccupied.
like, preoccupied mind, right? You keep thinking
Yeah.
like, tomorrow's work, what are all the things that I need to settle? Then
Mm,
you're physically at the garden, but you're
mm,
mentally somewhere else.
uh,
Then you
yeah,
wouldn't enjoy the walk at all.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
This is one thing that I learned from the social media is that
Mm.
like sometimes like when we want to talk to someone, right, we actually need to check whether that person is ready to receive the conversation. So like example,
Oh,
yeah, so like example, I want to talk to Lilian today,
uh-huh.
and Lilian is actually like preoccupied with her own someone in the
Mm,
let's say it's a phone call lah. Then I will
mm,
check with her, is this a good time to talk? Or if she's busy, then we will reschedule another timing. So in a
mm,
way, it actually helped to engage in a more meaningful conversations. Because
mm,
for my feeling is that like nowadays people are getting more and more busy with their
mm.
own thing, with other people thing, with too
Yeah.
many like information coming in. So people are sometimes like what I learned is that FOMO, we fear of
Ah,
missing out. Like,
ah,
yeah, if I don't participate in this
ah.
networking, maybe I will lose out something. If I don't do that one, oh, I also may lose out. So everything
Mm,
everyone want. So we need to
mm,
actually select what do we actually want in our life. Like, what's the one thing that is most important to us, be it a family or be it our
mm,
career or be it
mm,
our own personal development. So we
mm.
focus on one thing at a time, then we can
Yes,
actually help us in our to increase our mindfulness practice, right? That's
yes,
what I
yes,
feel.
exactly. Yeah. So that's another tip.
Mm-mm.
Reminding ourselves to focus on one thing at a time.
Then thank you. This is a very good tip. Yeah, I think that
Mm.
really do not get into the stage of overwhelm. So we
Yes.
yeah, I know that this is not this might not be very good word to use overwhelm by,
Ah,
but then I
well,
think that sometimes we do really feel the feelings of like too many things on my plate, and I
yeah.
just feel like I cannot finish the food, so what's the point of having so many food on the plate? And it's like creating a fog, FOG. Yeah.
Yeah. Then, like, when we got so many things on our mind, then we become less clear of what is
Mm,
important to us.
mm,
What do
mm,
we
mm.
really value?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
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 this is
yeah,
and
Chris.
another okay. So this is another way to practice being mindful in our
Mm,
day-to-day life.
mm,
Okay. Um, Trying to focus on just one thing at a time, and
mm.
also slowing down, reminding ourselves to
Slowing
slow
down.
down.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Otherwise,
Mm,
really just everything around us would give us the feeling of like, be faster, be more productive, be more efficient. There's a lot of external pressure to do all this, right? Do more, don't waste time. And then like you mentioned also, there's another factor like FOMO. If we fear missing out, then we may really want to pack our time very tightly. Everything also want to do.
And I think another thing, sorry to can't help to want to share, sorry.
Yes.
It's very engaging. So like I just feel that like sometimes like we get like disrupted by other people's pace. So when maybe someone beside us is going very fast, and then we are actually at this mode of like maybe at 10 kilometers per hour, but he's going at 20 kilometers per hour. So he's walking very fast. But then we will, if we can tell ourselves, hey, hello, it's your own pace, walk on your own. You know, you don't need to follow other people. So a good example is when I go to the Woodland Custom, right? I was walking, like I take a bus to the Malaysia. So from Singapore Custom, I walk. Then everyone else is like walking so fast, you know. Then I just tell myself, I'm not in a rush, ma. Today is an off day, you know. So today I just want to relaxing, walk to the custom. Why is everyone pacing? So, so we get panic, and then we like fear of missing out and just want to follow everyone else. Kiasu, you know, in China, in Singapore term, kiasu, like afraid to lose. So actually we don't need to. We can make ourselves just relax and then just slowly walk to the end of the queue and slowly enjoy our process. So the main thing here I want to bring across is to enjoy the process of doing our things.
Yes, very nicely said. Go at your own pace. Enjoy the process of what you're doing.
I see some likes and love inside the Facebook live. Thank you so much for all your likes and love. And at the same time, Lilian, I also like to hear from you about how you incorporate mindfulness into your daily life and maybe some of your experience in using mindfulness. Do you like to share with us more about this?
Sure. After learning mindfulness for several years, then I decided to take a certification course, so that I can learn how to teach mindfulness to other people. And it's actually after all this that I realized, I think that even last time when I was a teenager, I think I was already practicing mindfulness like, in some ways, but I didn't know that I was doing it.
What do you do during your teenage year?
So as a student, I like to like study outside. I find that at home, I cannot study. I get distracted. So, I would find places like quiet cafes or library or even Changi Airport, right? Last time, I don't know whether students still do it now.
I also go there. I also go to Changi
but
Airport.
last time, a lot of students like go Changi Airport because it's spacious.
Yes.
And then
got aircon.
Got aircon, yes. So
and you can mingle with your friends.
Focus. Yes.
Sorry.
But even like when we take breaks, like study halfway, you want to take a break. Then we just look around and observe, what's going on, what are other people doing, or just notice like, how am I feeling now after sitting here for 1 whole hour doing my math? How am I feeling in my brain? How am I feeling in my body? I think I need a stretch. Then I, stand up, go walk 1 round or go stretch. So actually, all that is being mindful because we are paying attention to our surrounding or paying attention to ourselves. Notice how we feel in our mind, how we feel in our body.
So actually, you have already practiced mindfulness without you knowing that you are practicing it.
So coming back to like our adult life, right? It's really, really important to, like just now you mentioned, to slow down or go at your own pace. So what you mentioned is actually all about being mindful also. Because when you walk at the custom, you are aware that you are not in a hurry. Right? So firstly, you are aware that people around you were rushing.
Everyone is rushing. Can't wait to across.
So that's also being mindful of your surrounding. And then after that, you turn that attention into yourself. You ask yourself, I don't need to rush, right? It's my off day. So that's you being mindful that you don't have to rush. And then you purposely slow down your pace, just enjoy your walk.
Yes.
I think that helps mindful.
I feel good also. I feel good doing that.
Yeah, because then you are meeting your own needs.
Meeting your own needs.
When we are mindful, we can meet our own needs.
Yeah. Okay.
Then, that helps us to feel calmer. That helps us to feel more in control of ourselves, our own life.
Yeah. And also talking about coming back to this question about the dreams that you have about the wellness journey, right? So you also mentioned to me earlier on that you welcome anyone to ask you question regarding mental well-being.
Yes.
Can you repeat what you shared with me the other day?
Yeah. Okay. So during today's Facebook Live session, other than understanding more about mindfulness, I also welcome you all to ask any questions about mental health, about counseling, because I run Wellness Journey, so it's a counseling service. And in this counseling service, I see one-to-one clients who may come with all different kinds of struggles in their lives. Okay, so it could be relationship problem, it could be stress due to studies, stress due to work problems, or just feeling like every day doing the same thing. Wake up early, go to work, then work until very late, very tired, come back, sleep, repeat again the next day. They start to find that it's so meaningless. Then their mood also like just quite on the lower side. You may not have depression, not like a medical sense of depression, but you find it very hard to feel happy about life, very hard to feel positive. So there are quite a lot of clients I see in this kind of like in-between situation. Not like medically depressed, so no need to see a doctor, but then they're also not feeling so happy in their life. So in counseling, we can use conversations to help them discover what is it, what is it that they are more passionate about, what do they value in their life, and then how to adjust their behaviors, how to adjust their lifestyle, or even adjust their perspective, the way they see things. So that they feel happier about their lives and they feel more satisfied, more connected, more enthusiastic about things that they do.
Yeah, the word is enthusiastic. Yeah. Because sometimes like in the today's world, right, I think that many people are trapped in the money chasing cycle. I mean, it can be quite sad to say that but then with the inflation and the rising cost is making us like some of us like have no choice but to actually to give up on our dreams. To put, not say give up, but to put it aside and then to put it aside first and then maybe say, okay, maybe when I retire, then I talk about maybe for me, if I learn metaphysics, so I want to do my metaphysics consulting. To me, it's like I'm also in this crossroad now. So I want to do metaphysics consulting because I feel that it really helps to give me clarity and I can give people clarity about their own chart by sharing about what I learned from the schools. So that is one thing. But then I also thinking like, oh, should I just look for a like 9 to 5 job, that kind of thing, or should I just focus all my energy on learning and master well my topic and then deliver a good consult to people? So that is something like the bread and butter first, or you want your dream first, that kind of thing. So I would say that I still think that I still count my blessing that I'm very lucky to be able to still do the thing that I enjoy doing. But of course, sometimes time can be a bit hard, but then I tell myself not to give up because I believe that if you have the kind of the vibration that you want to focus on certain things that you see the value in, you will definitely make it one. The faith in it. So I believe whichever one, everyone here in the who happens to be in this session today, I believe that each of us should have our own aspiration, our own dreams that we want to achieve. And maybe Lilian also got something that other than wellness journey, maybe wellness journey is already her dream that is come true. That also she's building it up to be able to help more people, to reach out to more people. That is something that align with her incongruence. So for me, it's like I also working towards it, and I believe that everyone here in the audience are also having their own dreams, their own things that they really enjoy doing, but some of us here are not as lucky that they are able to really pursue it right now. They have to put it aside and then do something else which is more mundane, like maybe working as an engineer or working as a customer service, that kind of thing. So really, that's where Li Lian shared about people who come to her clients who are like maybe burnt out or just feeling like very the monotonous life, and they feel like numbness maybe, that they are unable to actually live their life. So the thing now about today's world is like whether we are able to live our life. You know, we don't just be living, like breathing, be able to walk, consciousness. Are we really living our life like as a person? Or are we just doing the thing that we don't really enjoy actually, but out of no choice? Sorry that my conversation may be a little bit everywhere. I'm trying my best to group them.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. All these concepts are related.
Hey, Chris is also inside the chat. Chris Elena Lim.
Oh, hello, Chris, our
Adrian
mutual friend.
Inside. Adrian
Our mutual
also,
friend.
hi. Yeah, mutual friend.
Thanks
Hi,
for joining
Adrian.
us.
Thanks for joining us. Adrian say hello, dear times two lovely ladies. And
Thank
Chris
you.
Elena Lim says that money always runs faster. So instead of chasing money, let money chase you instead. Yeah, that's a very good saying. Let money chase you instead. As long as like for us, right, if we do the thing that we enjoy doing, right, and we do it so good, then the money will come to us. So when it's just like a cat relationship with the money, it's like a cat. So if we go and chase a cat, right, the cat will probably run away.
Yeah.
But if we just sit there and do our thing, and then the cat was like observing us from one end and said, hey, why is that person not looking at me? Then they'll be like curious and they come near to you and then just sayang you. Then they want you to sayang them. So it's like the relationship with a cat. So if we can, we don't chase after the money. We let the money come and chase us, just like the cat coming to chase us.
Oh, interesting analogy.
That's what I learned from
Like the
metaphysics.
cat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is so true. I mean, what you shared is actually what your life experiences are, and perhaps your friends or the clients that you work with, you see these situations, and also like coming from psychology research, right? It is very true that at first people thought that, oh, it's like what is a good life? What will make us happy? Is it earning a lot of money, live in luxury? But actually from psychology research, they find that all this just give you momentary happiness. When you get promotion at work, when you get a pay raise, or you earn 1 million in Toto, okay, you might feel wow, very excited and happy. But that kind of happiness don't last. Okay. What is the kind of happiness that will last is when we really take care of our psychological needs. Yeah, and inside our mind and body, we're feeling healthy, positive. Yeah. So knowing our strengths, knowing how to use our strengths well, okay, and building relationships, not just taking care of ourselves, but also taking care of important people in our lives.
Right.
All these are the things that make life more meaningful and give you lasting kind of happiness. Yeah. So of course, bread and butter is important to some extent, right? Like you said, okay, I may be in a more privileged position. I can decide to quit my full-time stable job and set up my own wellness journey counseling service. Yeah, because I am more lucky and like get some support in my life to be able to do that. Got support from my family. Yeah, I was able to save up some money before. Yeah, so now it can give me this chance to take a risk. Okay, even though there's no monthly income, but this is really what I enjoy doing. I want to build up my own brand, my own counseling services to help people. Yeah. So mindfulness also reminds me to have a balance.
Balance.
Yeah. Even if I am so enthusiastic about my work, okay, there are also other parts of life that are still important to me, like family and my other personal interests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So being mindful reminds me that, okay, I cannot just zoom in all on one part that I'm passionate about. Yeah, because my life wouldn't be complete without the other parts. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So being mindful, it says pay attention to present moment. Okay. But when you understand mindfulness more at a deeper level, it's also about being open-minded.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
So you pay attention, you focus, but you're not focused to the extent that you exclude everything else.
Like a tunnel vision.
Because when we just zoom in too much on something, it's tunnel vision, exactly.
Yeah.
Then we will not be able to learn and grow. Yeah, compared to if we're still having a balance and flexibility, we know when to zoom in, when to zoom out. That kind of flexibility is actually also part of mindfulness. Yeah, because we are in control, we tell ourselves when we want to zoom in and when we want to zoom out. Yeah, it's not like our attention just happen to be there or happen to land on something else, but we are in control of where our attention goes. Yeah, that is being mindful.
Yeah. Chris say that the secret, yeah, she just agreed. Just now she mentioned that the secret of money chasing you. So the cat story. And then also she say about sustainable happiness.
Yes.
So yeah. So yeah. So okay. So do you think I can ask you some question regarding mental health here?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah. I will
don't
try my
mind.
best to answer.
Okay.
I may not know everything. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have clients who comes to you who got schizophrenia?
Last time when I worked in hospital, so before setting up Wellness Journey, I was working in a hospital within the psychiatry team. Yeah, so there were psychiatrists, doctors, and then counselors like myself. And in hospital setting, definitely we see clients who come with mental health symptoms. Could be like depression, anxiety, and also schizophrenia, this condition that you mentioned. Yeah. So although schizophrenia is not as common as depression and anxiety, but it is a condition that is we still see in Singapore, just like everywhere else in the world. Yeah.
So what are the few most other than depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia? What other few mental health condition is more commonly found in Singapore? From your knowledge.
OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder.
Okay.
Yeah.
OCD.
So OCD is, there are two parts to it. One is the obsessive part. So they could have like what we call intrusive thoughts. So very, very strong thoughts that just come into their mind and they can't help thinking like that.
Example, my hand is very dirty.
Yes. So the most classic example a lot of
Oh.
people know is about hand washing, like excessive hand washing.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So that's just one kind of example for OCD, but actually there are a lot more other ways that OCD can affect a person. For example, we've seen patients who like even in students, teenagers, okay. There was a student who cannot stand having any correction in his written work. So they write essays, right? Yeah. But every time he made a mistake and he want to cancel, then he feel like, no, I cannot accept this. Cannot accept this work that has cancellation. No matter how small, just one word he cancel, he cannot take it. So his mind will have very strong thoughts that tell him, no, this is unacceptable. I need to restart. I need to take a fresh piece of paper and write all over again. So he knows that is like irrational. He knows that will take a long time for him to complete his work. But because of the condition, the thoughts are so strong that he just find it so hard to ignore. Yeah.
But how did he manage to go to the step whereby y'all know about this case? Like did he do it himself? Did he discover that I think that something is not very right with me? That's why I went to seek for some treatment. Or is it that his parents or the teachers that observed this that it was bring to the light, I mean just a very general, if you think it's convenient to say lah.
Sure. Yeah. So of course, yeah, no specific details for patient confidentiality reason lah. Yeah, but in general, like if they're still students, children and teenagers, right? Usually it's the teachers or the parents who notice
Point
that,
out.
oh, there is something, yeah, there's a problem that they need help with. And then for adults, it's a mixture. Sometimes it's the adult themselves, they realize that they're struggling very hard to cope. Then they go and seek help for any of these mental health condition. Sometimes it's maybe family or could be a colleague or boss notice that they are struggling to cope. Yeah. But for OCD, right, there's a research done in Singapore, like just about 5-6 years back. So other than depression, OCD is the other condition that is among the top 3. Yeah. So
depression, anxiety, and OCD.
Interestingly, anxiety didn't come up in the top 3.
Really? So what's the third one? I'm very curious.
It also depends on how they define it during the survey. Yeah. The third one is actually alcohol misuse.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, we never thought that it would come up in the top 3. Gambling.
Is it also one of the mental health aspect?
Yes, because gambling, when gambling becomes an addiction, then it is a mental health problem.
Even using the handphone addiction?
Handphone addiction, gaming addiction. Yeah.
So pumped up.
Yes. So for doctors to diagnose that, oh, it is a disorder, it is a mental health condition, they will ask questions from the patient and the family or teachers to understand, oh, how severe is this problem? Like this person, is he having a gaming addiction? Game until what extent? Yeah, is it like lack of sleep? Lack of makan, yeah, like really neglect everything else, or if you don't shower.
Some people are good to that.
So if it's affecting like normal daily functioning, then yeah, it would go into the category of mental health condition that need to be treated lah.
Chris was saying in the group chat that she said our mind is the natural vehicle to negativity. Just like going to a gym to work out for a healthier body and health, we need to work out our mind too to move towards positivity.
Yes.
Very well said.
Very well said. Yes. So there's this bias in our mind because, okay, as human species, right, we want to survive, right? So being like, it's like we have a radar in our mind to look out for danger, look out for problems, so that we can either fight the danger or run away from the danger.
Fight or flight.
So yes, fight or flight. Yeah. So this ability to look out for problems supposed to help us, supposed to protect us. Okay. But a negative side of this radar is that we become like, looking out for negative so easily, and then we forget to also notice the positives. Yeah, it can become such a habit unless, okay, we really make it a point to notice positive things going on and then giving it more attention. So what Chris said is very true. Like training our physical muscles, we go to the gym, do exercises, right? So our mental health also, we need to do mental exercises and practice to maintain a positive, healthy mental health. Yeah. So being mindful is just one of the ways, but it has shown to have very good effects. Perhaps because like our modern lifestyle is like so fast paced. So mindfulness is like really reminding us to slow down, have some breathing space in between.
Yeah, I really think this is very important. Like sometimes, like because I was diagnosed with the schizophrenia condition like when I was 19 years old. Currently, it's like more than 28 years. So I'm very lucky that I come across metaphysics, which helped me to give me clarity, like to actually be able to master my own destiny by some tools, these tools. So actually, like I just feel that sometimes like slowing down actually I managed to gain back my grounding, another concept. So it's like I just feel that I need to go near to the nature. Like I need to really give myself slowing down. Yes, I might be in an environment where there's a lot of people all like chasing after success, okay, or fame or anything. But I always have to really take the effort to tell myself, hey, you are not them, you are yourself, you are Amy. So you just do whichever for you, and you need to just focus on your own voices first. So listen to your own voice, because like schizophrenia is actually hearing voices. But thankfully, I'm very glad to say that I haven't been really hearing voices for the past since my son was born 15 years ago. So it's I'm very fortunate to be able to manage so much better than my peers, some of my peers are. So I'm very thankful for that also. So like I just want to listen to my own voice, especially like this year. I need to really focus on my own goals, and my goals is I just want to be a mental health advocate and be a metaphysics consultant. So these are the two things that I want to work on. And yeah, they're very happy that a lot of people supporting, and and I also really enjoy chatting with speaker like you to come up to the Facebook Live to share your perspective about your life experience, because this is what I want to do to help people around me who might be having some not so nice thought, maybe that to give them something to engage in, like to listen to an afternoon chat rather than don't know what to do and start to think otherwise, that kind of thing. So I just thinking that with this coffee chat, actually it can help to keep people engaged. That's my intention.
It takes effort and commitment to have a regular program like this, your coffee chat. Yeah, you do it weekly, right?
Yeah, I do it every Friday.
Every Friday.
So sometimes if there's two speaker, it'll be like at night. So tonight actually at 8 p.m. we'll have another speaker that I get to know from the Singapore conference and the grand conference. So it's another boost for self-improvement. To talk about being a new parent, a new father, how he overcome that kind of the emotional thingy.
I think that's really important also, because one of the areas I specialize in for my counseling work is supporting new parents. Because like that, I used to work in KK hospital, so we see a lot of pregnant or postnatal mummies. Yeah, and that's where I realized, plus my own experience becoming a mother I realized that actually that transition from just an ordinary adult to become a parent actually comes with a lot of psychological stress, psychological changes that we will need support to cope with. And sometimes the stress that come from our environment, or stress that we give ourselves because of expectations, can really make us feel like, it's too overwhelming. We can't cope. And that's how depression and anxiety may come about until all these symptoms are like taking control over our life, and cannot sleep well, no appetite to eat, keep thinking negative, or keep worrying, keep feeling scared.
All these are very familiar things to me. And I there's one topic that I always very interested to talk about, which I didn't really have the time to get someone to talk. It's about sleep. So this is like sleep. It's actually very much needed in the today's world. And a friend just shared on the WhatsApp that today is actually the World Sleep Day.
If
you all go and see, right, actually today is actually a day for World Sleep Day, and actually we are placing the emphasis on sleeping. Actually, to many people, they neglected this aspect. Sleep, what's there to talk about? Actually, sleeping is very important. And if you do talk to people, right, you can maybe find out that actually there are many people who is now facing sleep challenge, like to have a peaceful sleep. So I think that to be able to achieve the inner peace within us, to really feel that I'm doing what I'm doing, like what Chris shared on the chat here, loving ourselves is another step to take. Love ourselves
ongoing
and what we are. So if we love ourselves, we take care of ourselves, then the peace will be there. The kind of inner peace that we do not do the thing to harm other people. We just do what is right for us, focus on our goals, our work. Then the world will be much more lovable place.
Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, two things I picked up from what you just said. Okay, the sleep problem and then also loving ourselves and compassion. Okay, so I want to say something about sleep. Not too long ago, I think I read in either CNA or Straits Times. There's always like some research studies going on, like by universities, right? So actually, among Asia or maybe even among the world, Singapore is one of the most sleep deprived countries, leh.
I will not deny that true. I think that's
Right?
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all not sleeping enough. And okay, coming back to mindfulness, right? Sometimes in mindfulness, we do meditation kind of practice.
Yes.
Okay, so just now, all the examples I gave you all are like how to put mindfulness into our daily life. Okay, but there's also other ways, just like you purposely set aside time to go exercising.
Yes.
Okay, then so meditation is where you purposely set aside time to practice being mindful.
Right.
Yeah, like sit still for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, just focusing on your breath or focusing on different parts of your body, just to observe with an open mind. Okay, so this kind of practice is called meditation. It doesn't have to do with religion.
I also do that for myself also.
Yeah, so no matter what religion or whether you're free thinker, you can practice this kind of meditative mindfulness exercises to further cultivate, like strengthen your mental muscle to be more mindful. Yeah, and this kind of practice also can help to improve sleep quality.
Oh, that's very good to know.
Yes,
Yes.
but of course it's no magic solution lah. Not like you just do one practice, then after that you
Consistency.
see, yes, consistency, regular practice. Then you will find that generally you're calmer, you're able to let go of some tension.
Nice.
Okay. Then when thoughts come into your mind, you don't go in and engage. What affects people's sleep is we have a lot of thoughts on our mind. The mind is still very active. Yeah.
Right.
So it could be because daytime, you think about so many issues, or it could be because our habit of using the phone. So the mind is like actively processing whatever info you're reading, whatever video you're watching, is still active. So you put your phone aside, but the mind still needs time to settle down.
Reflect that information, right?
Yeah, it could be in the background. You don't realize that it's still active, but it is. That's why it's hard to sleep.
Yeah. That's why
So
people
practicing, you practice mindfulness, you just focus on your breath, and any thoughts that come in, okay, you just treat it as like clouds floating by. You put the thought into a cloud. You imagine this thought go into a cloud, just let it float past. So you don't even need to go in and engage with the thought. Yeah. What causes problem is when we go into the thought, we think more and more and more about it until like spider web keep growing. That's how it's become no end lah.
Yeah. There's a famous saying by my teacher. When imagination you done wrong is fear, but when it's done right, it's faith. So imagination can really be very 天马行空, like really can go everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful, the thoughts in our mind. So I practice now to go. It's something that I keep on telling myself to practice with the intention, that especially good intention. To when you want to do certain thing, even to go for a meeting, another Lilian from the Courage Asia, she also shared that when you want to go for a meetup with someone, right, also have an intention, intentional meetup. Like, why do you want to meet up? Because nowadays, I mean, sad to say that people are very busy already, right? I mean, as compared to maybe like 100 years ago or maybe 50 years ago when our ancestors,
compare 50 years ago,
like,
it's a huge
I
difference.
kopi ling kopi like that kind of thing. Like, I like this man, 快点 ski that kind of thing. So it's like nowadays it's like, oh, sorry, I no free, I'm very busy. I got so many things to do. So if you want to meet up with maybe a very good friend, maybe the school days good friend, also sometimes you want to find that schedule to meet up is also not easy. So they say that you have to take, because like we also think about COVID period, like a lot of we witness a lot of departure from friends, friends, or
relatives,
people pass on. So we need to really like 活在当下, like be at the present. You know, like
Exactly.
let's say we sometimes when we meet up with friends, we say we better meet because we never know next year whether we will still be around. I mean, to be true, matter of fact things are.
Yeah,
That's
life
so
can be
well.
unpredictable.
Yeah. So if you think that this is something that you value, right? Example, like we are here today for the talk, so we value each other. So we intentionally set the time aside. So this is something that I learned also from my senior. Amy, if you make a meeting with me to talk at 2 p.m., you generally have to talk at 2 p.m. You don't anyhow switch that. I learned from my lesson. Oh, I need to really honor people's time. That's something that there's always a lot of learning every day. I find life is very interesting and very fun.
Yeah. You see, actually, Amy, you sound like you have been practicing mindfulness a lot already.
I got a few mindfulness friends like you.
Okay. Yeah. So being so aware of what you value, what's important, and like you say, the Chinese phrase 活在当下. Yeah, it's really like, keeping your attention in the present moment. Yeah, rather than keep thinking about what happened last time and feeling so unhappy, so much regret, or worrying about future. What if this? What if that? So if we are not mindful, then our attention really just go to the past, go to the future. Then we miss out what's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So mindfulness helps us to come back to this present moment, what's important for each of us.
Like Chris said, it's be in the now.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also have a new audience here, ST Matthias. Hello, ST.
Hello.
He says subconscious processing all the time because the subconscious is processing. That's where I learned Chinese metaphysics, also talking about subconscious mind.
Even when we are sleeping, right?
Yes, even when we are sleeping. And he says that, imagine thoughts like logs going down the river, just moving past and just observe from the shore, letting it go. So he's talking about some of the thought processes, learning to go with the flow. Maybe. Yeah. There's so much. Hi, SD is saying hi. Yeah.
Hi.
There's so much that we can talk about this topic. I mean, like, it can just go on and on. But due to the time constraint, we only have until 1 p.m. I really appreciate everyone here for being so participative and to give us your time and energy today at this Facebook Live. And really, I think we have to invite Lilian back again. One of these days when she has some time to share. Because
I
she's
would
very
love
knowledgeable.
I would love to.
Very knowledgeable.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much, Lilian, for offering the time. And I really appreciate that. That there's so much thing that I think I can relate to you. Like it's really good to have that coffee chat with you.
We can learn from each other because, like, there's so much in this universe that each of us can only know a small part of it. So when we have genuine conversations like that, we exchange ideas, we hear and expand our perspectives, right? Wow, then it's very fulfilling. See how I become more like energetic also from this kind of conversation.
Thank you. So if you want to connect with Lilian, right? So later I will share the link on the comments column in this Facebook Live. So if any of you would like to ask her any questions that she's shared just now, you may ask her about mental health or even about counseling. If you have some loved ones who are having some struggles, then you can connect with her and she can give you some of her take. And also after this, I'm going to upload this onto the my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@amykang. So you can watch the replays, and also will be putting on Lilian's connection link on that YouTube channel as well. So if you feel that this content is
if you found this useful, please share with your friends as well.
Yes, thank you so much for helping me.
Thank you, Amy, for inviting me.
So thank you everyone for your time. So have a good Friday afternoon. And if you are around at 8 p.m., welcome to tune in again for my next session today with Shash on the talking about being a new father. Okay. And thank you so much, Lilian, again. Thank you for the time together, and thank you for sharing your wonderful insights. It's really very mind-blowing.
It's my pleasure to share. Thank you. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.